What's up, Crafting on here, and today, you guys, I'm going to be showing you how to make Gen in Pokemon in Gen 6 using the PokeEdit QR and PKHeX. Now, what you first need to know is that you need a non-updated 3DS. If you are using a updated 3DS, this will not work. Period. Okay? It needs to be non-updated. I know it can be a bitch to continually not update, but trust me, it's the only way you're going to be able to do this shit. So don't update. Secondly, if you can acquire yourself a second 3DS, I stole my brother's, that is not updated, then you can do this, but just be wary if you're using X and Y, it can crash. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is download PKHeX. So since it's Pokemon Hex, the best one, some shit like that, I'll link it in the description below, so you don't gotta worry about going on PokeEdit and then going through all these. You don't gotta worry about that. Second thing, you're going to want to make sure that whatever Pokemon you want, for me it's a Cacturn. I've already made a couple boxes, so as you can see there. For me, it's a Cacturn, and when you open up your save file, or not your save file, your PKHeX the first time, it's going to look something like this, except it's going to have a blank thing, no item, and nothing on here, right? You set it to whatever Pokemon you want. For my instance, it's a Cacturn. You give it whatever nickname you want. For me, it's Noctis, because that's a Japanese name. It sounds so much more badass. Give whatever nature you want. For me, it's Adamant. Held item, of course, for me, it's Life Orb. Ability, Water Absorb. And you can make it here. If you click Reroll, it's shiny. If you click on that little star there, it becomes, if you click Reroll, not shiny. Click little star, shiny. So there's that. So I'm going to toggle back on the box interface, because that just helps me out a lot more. It makes it seem less claustrophobic. Now, as you can see, there is already Cacturn in this box. That's because I've already saved that Cacturn in this box. I made it and saved it. I'm just showing you what it should look like. So basically, I'm playing Omega Ruby, so if you're playing X and Y or Alpha Sapphire, do not worry, this does work for you. There is Oras and then X and Y, Black to White 2, all the way to Coliseum and XC, right? So whatever can be transferred into Gen 6 is here. Don't worry about it. So I'm having mine in the Battle Resort just because it's a place I'm usually almost always at, and it's almost always where I hatch my eggs, so it seems the most legitimate. The ball's in a Pokeball because, again, it's the most legitimate. I'm at level 1 because all Pokemon hatch at level 1. And the Met date is, in fact, today is when I'm recording it, right there, yay. So, the Met conditions, you want to click yes for as egg, you want to click Dare Tail Harpers here, and you want to click whatever date this is. If you don't know the exact date, you'll just put down today according to your computer's date, so just don't worry about that. Stats, if you're not using it for competitive, set all these to 31, keep these blank, right? Unless you know what these are, in which case, whatever. If you're not competitive, don't worry about it. It's not that huge of a deal. If you are competitive, you already know what to do here. You already know what the red and the blue means. You already know what the IVs and EVs mean, and where they're supposed to go if you're making a predetermined set. That's it. Attacks. You can do any legal attacks or illegal attacks. The only trick with the illegal attacks is that whatever Pokemon has a illegal attack will not be able to be put online, which sucks. And relay moves, I don't even know what these are, so I wouldn't fucking touch them. You can also go PP ups, which I'm going to go 3 for those, because, yeah, and also Leech Seed could use a few. I said Leech Seed could use a few, thank you. So yeah, then you go to OT, and Miscellaneous, right? And you go to OT, here's my name on the game is Keck, so my OT will be Keck, right? Type that in, you can type this into whatever you want. I can name it Penis Butt, whatever. But its name will be Keck because that's my name. So OT, don't touch this. It has memories or a me or something like that. You can literally go and fuck with the friendship here if you want, the affection. You can basically put wherever you want, like, it's gonna go do. Affection is awesome. Residence, yay. Raise with OT, cool. Fullness, enjoyment. Current handler, Keck OT. But yeah, like, you can put really anything here, but like, yeah. Seems to have a good memory. I don't usually fuck with this, so, yeah. but this is still a pretty cool thing. So I'll just hit I'm gonna hit cancel because I don't want to fuck with it too much. You can put your markings here. You can just click on the markings. Another trick that I did learn with this is that you do have to have the right thing in your, well, you have to have like a legal nickname. You can literally type anything within the character limit here, but it might not be legal in the actual game. It'll still be put in the game, but you won't be able to use it online, right? For instance, I forget what Pokemon it was. Oh yeah, that's right. It was I Love Lamps, I Love Lamps, what is it called? Chandelier. Yeah, I Love Lamps Chandelier, and I actually typed in this for the heart. I love lamps. It came up on the game, but it didn't. It wasn't there when I tried to nickname a different Pokemon. I love lamps to test out whether it was a nickname or not. So that's the problem. Also, if the hidden ability is not released, it won't be able to go online. Also, if you are in English, if you're in speaking English, you want to set the language in English. Yeah, guys, set the I'm going to set mine to Canada and British Columbia because that's where my 3DS is pinned and that's where I am. And then my 3DS region is the Americas, so Na and Sa. So I assume one's the States, one's Canada. And then, of course, you have Japan, Europe, China, Korea, Taiwan, any of those places. And then, also, you have the is egg infected or cured for your thing. And also, friendship can be dealt with here. If you are using something like a Gourgeist, you can fuck with the form here. So yeah, Met, you really do want to make sure that you're in the correct game that you're using. It was found either in the Mal Resort or someplace that is not the daycare helpers or daycare people, right? You want the Pokeball to be just a Pokeball. You want to be, if you're hatching from an egg, which I would definitely recommend, set it to level 1. Check as egg off, and then click daycare helpers here and call that a day. Stats, I went through stats with you. Attacks, I went through attacks, make sure they're legal if you want to use them online. And then OT miscellaneous, I went through. Except for one thing. Ribbons and medals, you can really do whatever you want with the ribbons and medals. You can make it have everything or nothing. I give mine everything because it has a really cool sparkly thing when it enters the battlefield. And then you can open them. I have a few Pokemon here I need to actually open up, such as Stargate and Tricky and Luna. I need to open those up and save them here. But what you do is you just click on it and you drag it to the spot where it would be. Since I already had a Cacturne, I just dragged it over the Cacturne and that overrides the save data and that made it fixed. So then what you do, when you're ready to start, you basically go on PokeEdit.com, go onto the QR code generator, click on your desired Pokemon, and then drag the image. So see a little sprite right beside QR. Click on that, drag it onto the QR code, or where it's just a click on drag here if you're just starting out. And there's a new thing. Except it doesn't have the nickname. What the hell? Thumbs up. There we go. But yeah, so there's a free QR code for you guys. But basically, what you do after this is you get your non-updated 3DS. Make sure it is not updated. And what you do is that you basically you walk up to a Pokemon or a PC. You hit the home button, and then you go onto your internet browser. You must be connected to the internet to do this. Go into your internet browser, and then click on the wrench on the menu. It always pops up first thing in the internet browser, so don't worry about that. Click on the wrench. Scroll down a bit. It should say delete history. Click on that. Scroll down a bit. It says delete cookies. In fact, I think it's the very next one. Delete that too. Then go back to the home. You can do this in any order, by the way, except for the you can do those two in any order. You can either delete your cookies first or after. It doesn't matter. And then once you're back on the home button where you suspended software Pokemon, you should see a little U in the background or some shit with you right next to the PC or even in the PC. Make sure your box 1 slot 1 is open. If your box 1 slot 1 is open, you're not updating, you just delete your browser history and your cookies. Now you are ready. Go back on to the home if you had to change that. Go to L&R. Click on both at the same time so you go into your camera. In the bottom left corner, there should be a little QR code looking picture. Click that. After you click that, then what you probably should do is that you should click on that, line it up with the QR code of your desired Pokemon, and then click A. If it shows QR or URL found, then click A. Once it shows that, it'll prompt you to go to the internet browser, click A again, or click yes on the touchscreen. After that, it'll put you to a screen that the very top is white, except for the part of this failed to load thing. And on the very bottom, it'll show success, Pokemon injected, blah blah blah, please wait for the browser to crash. Just sit there until the browser crashes. Trust me, if you are doing this right, it will happen. So just keep sitting there, wait for the browser to crash, and as soon as it crashes, which if you're doing some real time with me, should be about now, then go back to your game. If you are already in box 1, you don't see it, switch to a different box and switch back and it should be there. Yeah, there you go. There's your Pokemon. Now, there's a few things. One, if it is an egg, this is considered a bad egg. Trust me, I've tried. These fuckers will not hatch. So just put them in a separate box or something. These Pokemon, while they cannot be traded, like the Gen Pokemon, while they cannot be traded to other people, they can be put into the Pokebank. So what I'm going to do personally, is that after I fill up my boxes with so many fuck-ups or, bad eggs, that I'm just going to literally put all the Pokemon by competitive. Sorry about that. Anyway, so, all the Pokemon that I care about, and all the Pokemon that I bred competitively or gen competitively, I'm going to put them into that. All the Pokemon I care about, I'm going to put them into the Pokebank. If you don't have a Pokebank, you probably have a friend that has a Pokebank, or you can put them, then you're screwed if you don't have a friend that has a Pokebank. Basically what you do is that after all that, you go into your, I'm going to do personally is I'm going to go into my Pokebank and then I'm going to delete my save file and then just reset the game, go through the whole thing with catching minimal Pokemon as possible, put all those in there, just make a complete file for just competitive. But yeah, if you get a bad egg, fastest way to fix it, or at least what I've seen, usually what you do is that if you go back onto PKHeX and you drag the same Pokemon with the same thing back, it will give you a different code. If it does give you a different code, there's probably a problem there that it just automatically fixed. If it didn't give you a different code, it probably just read it wrong. Try again. But yeah, that's pretty much the basics of it. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I will give you a step-by-step plus all links you need. So downloading for PKHeX, the official YouTube tutorial, the getting into the PKHeX files, like the community PKHeX file if you don't want to generate your own. This screen that you see right here, also Bulbapedia, just because Bulbapedia, for the most part, is where I get all my legal movesets and how to get them, blah blah blah. And yeah, so with this, just letting you know, you can also event QR clone. You can also event QR, which I haven't fucked with, so I might be doing a tutorial on that. QR cloner, which I've never done anything like that before, so I ain't fucking with it until I figure out, and then I might make a tutorial on that. QR learner, which I'm pretty sure that's self-explanatory. And then item QR, which I just might do because I'm missing a fuck ton of TMs. So yeah. Until then, you guys. Until next time, you guys, where I might do one of these other different methods of QR injecting. But yeah. Guess this video is over. But oh yeah, just so it doesn't say I left you with nothing. If you didn't get the opportunity before to get a Noctis of your own, I'm going to give you a different Pokemon because you can see one in the video. So you get 2 Pokemon if you do the QR code. In fact, I'm going to give you one of my favorites just because of the name. Okay. Yes, that will happen sometimes. Just re-click and drag. Sometimes you might need to put it actually up there. Invalid sound size. Again, it just might. There you go. QR. Alright, now we have Prom Date Licky Licky. And for those of you wondering what she has, Belly Drum, Body Slam, Rest, and Sleep Talk. So it's a very luck-based set. Very bulky, very offensive. For Omega Ruby, pretty much only. So if you're playing Omega Ruby, you just got 2 Pokemon. If you're playing anything else, or if you're playing, I guess if you're playing X and Y, too, I guess this can work for X and Y. I haven't really tested it with going like this and then going X and Y, but my friend has Alpha Sapphire and I have Omega Ruby, so we use the same thing for it, so I guess it works. I'm not quite sure yet, but I'll test it out more and I'll get you guys more updates as we go along. Probably for us to caption in this video here. But until then, you guys, I'm Crafty Kekleon. Deuces.